Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing well. In this video, I am going to be just showing and talking about a lot of products that I've been holding on to for a while that either have expired or I just have come to terms that I'm never going to use them again, and just getting rid of the old. If you like those kinds of videos, then sit down, just relax, just listen, do your dishes, fold your laundry, and let's get into it. Okay, so for the past few months, I've been keeping a box on my desk with items that I've emptied up, and then I've thrown in here to, potentially have like an empties video of some kind. And what ended up happening is I would be using a product and I'd be thinking, I hate this, or I really don't like this. I don't ever want to use this again. Why am I forcing myself to use this? And so I started putting those into this box as well. So what ended up happening is this last week when I started a new job, I just got into this mindset of, I want to get new things that, make me happy or that I enjoy, but I still have a bunch of crap basically that I'm holding on to for no good reason. So I took some time this week and I just cleared out almost all of my beauty drawers and just, decided these are the ones that I don't need anymore. So, okay, on the top of the stack are these Charlotte Tilbury glow sticks, or what are they called? Wands. I put them on the stack today because I tried putting on the contour one today just in case, I was like, maybe I still need it. And what I ended up noticing is that it looks okay. I just don't love it. I think when I was putting it on, it made me stressed and like worried that things weren't looking good. And I just don't want products that make me feel that way. So the other ones I say are really beautiful highlighters. They are just far too deep for my skin, and I'm never gonna use them, so they're out. Okay, next up is a body lotion. This is from the brand Lord Jones. This is a CBD enriched lotion, and so the idea is you can just pump it out and rub it onto a part of your body that might be like, maybe sore or a little bit pained, and it can just relieve those symptoms. I just never got around to using it, and it expires this month, and I went to use it a few days ago and it was in lumps, and so it was almost like nauseating to like try putting it on my skin thinking it would just blend, and it didn't. So done with that. Okay, next on the stack is this e.l.f. eyeshadow palette. Now upon first glance you might think, wow, you never even used it. The truth is I've used it maybe 10 times, and every time I've used it, I've just felt so underwhelmed. Just, this isn't what I was hoping it would be, or the colors are something I really enjoy. I love these cool tones. I like these like more neutrals, the mid-tones, the deep, and they all kind of have like a pinkiness to them, which I kind of like. It's just the formulation of these don't last very well, and they don't perform well, so I don't feel bad about getting rid of it because I just know I'm not going to reach for it. Okay, next on the stack is this Dermalogica, I don't know if you can see, it's a Retinol Clearing Oil from Dermalogica. There's probably only about this much in here right now. I used this 6 days a week for almost 3 months, hoping that that the claims would actually be what they were supposed to be, and they just weren't. If anything, I took, photos of myself from like day 1 until like day 90, and my skin almost looked worse by the 3rd month. And so I've been holding on to this thinking maybe I'll start using it again, or I could use it maybe on the body, and the truth is I'm just not going to. And fortunately I had a gift card that paid for this, but it was like $80, and so part of me feels guilty for throwing it away, but I'm also just like, I'm not going to use it. Okay, next are some expired blushes that I finally come to terms with that I shouldn't hold on to anymore. I've got 2 from Glossier and one from Nude Sticks. I bought these all around the same time 2 years ago, almost exactly 2 years ago, and each of these have a 6-month expiration time frame. So not only am I, stretching that, it's just been a long time. Now, I feel super guilty about these because they are beautiful products and they're almost all still really full. And it's not that I didn't use them, I just didn't realize how little of product I actually needed to get them to work. So what I wish in the future to tell myself is that if I do get cream products, to get them in maybe smaller amounts so that I just use them faster, or to not buy so many that I'm not using them fast enough. So goodbye. Okay, next are a couple of primers. This one is the Dr. Brandt Pores No More primer, and this one is the Catrice Makeup Transformer Drops waterproof version. Both of these have been used a decent amount. I've changed my way I do makeup that now I don't really use a primer at all. And so these have just become obsolete, and I've been holding on to them thinking like, oh, but what if I need it? And it's just been so long and I haven't needed them, so. Okay, next up are a couple of more CBD products. These are pain relieving CBD infused lotions and sprays. These I actually really enjoyed. I think I just forgot about them, and they've gone kind of soiled. They're a little bit like tinted like a yellow, and the inside material looks a little clumped, so I'm just not going to risk it, and I'm going to toss these. Okay, next up is one that I actually completely used up. This is the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. This took me like a year to get through, and I used it regularly too, so I'm just pretty shocked that it lasted this long. As much as I like this, I don't think I'm going to repurchase it because I just don't care for Morphe anymore, and I don't really want to buy their products. So unless I can't find anything else, which I can't imagine that ever happening, I'm just going to toss it and not pick it up again. Next up, I have a beauty blender that I just used and used and used, and it's just on its way out. A couple of mascaras. This one is the Ilia Limitless Lash. This one was okay. I found that it smudged on me quite badly, and the little bristles that are really sharp would sometimes just like get too close to my eye, and it didn't feel good. And then this one is from Pacifica. This one is called their Stellar Gaze. This one to me was just so ordinary. They're both at their ends. A couple of brow things. I have the M Cosmetics, I think, oh yeah, let's see. This is the brow cream in blonde. You know what? This one was okay. I just found that it didn't deliver product through my hairs evenly. It would be kind of chunky. And then the color was perfect, but it would be really, really stiff. I wouldn't buy this one again. And then I have the e.l.f. Wow Brow in Taupe. This one I've already repurchased, and this one's just an empty one. Okay, I've got a bunch of lip stuff I'm getting rid of. We'll do longest ones first. This is a Buxom gloss in the shade Dolly. I adore this gloss. The color, the sensation, and the shininess. I would totally buy this again. I think what I'll do is I'll just continue using the glosses that I have currently, and then maybe when I am in actual need of something new, then I'll pick this up again. But I loved this one for like every single day. This is the Sephora Lip Tint. I liked it because I was going through an orange phase and I really wanted like a super orange lip, and this was nice. The problem was that it didn't stain evenly, on the lips, I would have like some really bright orange here and then nothing. And I just feel like I don't really like this formula anymore, so I'm getting rid of that. A handful of Bullet lipsticks. Josie Marin, Bare Minerals, and Givenchy. These are just old and I don't use them and I don't want to hold on to them anymore. A couple more lip glosses. 2 from Laura Mercier. I know these are old because there's gloss like seeping out of the lid and getting all over, and it's like contaminating the other glosses, so these are trash. Lip Gloss Boss. I actually really enjoyed this. It's just gotten to a really old state, so I'm getting rid of that. This is from the brand Be Hue. This was a collaboration with Taylor Wynn, back when she used to just be the Taylor, and I got it and I loved it, and I've held on to this for almost like 4 or 5 years at this point, and I know it's dry inside and I'm just not going to be able to ever use it, and I was holding on to it for sentimental reasons, and at this point I'm just like, I'm ready to get rid of it. This is the Sephora Flash Jumbo Lip Pencil. I love this coral color, but it doesn't actually come off this color. It comes off very, very sheer, and so to get it built up, you have to just keep layering it, and then it looks kind of weird on the lips. So I just not into it anymore. Another tiny mascara. This one was the Kosas, the Big Clean. I actually really enjoyed this formula, and I really liked the curvature of the wand. It just doesn't have anything to use in there anymore, so it's trash. The Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. Again, just really old. I had been using it still for a while, and I just realized that I have other ones that are more fresh that I should use and just get rid of this one. I don't think I'll repurchase this one ever, just because it's a very high price point and I don't adore this formula. So goodbye. Skincare products. The Pharmacy Honeymoon Glow. This one I did use up. Nothing comes up anymore when I pump it up, even though there's a little in there. Love this stuff. I would rebuy this absolutely. This is like an overnight resurfacing serum with AHA properties to exfoliate. Love it. A higher price point, but I would definitely get it again. And this is the Naturium Niacinamide Gel Cream. I don't think I'll rebuy this. I'm trying not to buy from this brand anymore, and the actual product itself I thought was okay at best. For hair care, this is the brand It's a 10. This is the Miracle Leave-In in the light version for like thinner hair. I really enjoyed this, but it was actually quite expensive and I went through it really quickly, so I just don't think I would buy this again unless I had like a ton of money for hair care. And it smelled amazing, but it's okay. I have here the Paula's Choice SPF 50. The Youth Extending Daily Hydrating Fluid. This was a mini size. I have the full size now. And unfortunately for me, sometimes what happens is I'll use a product for months and it'll be perfect, I love it, and I'll get another one and all of a sudden I start having a reaction to it. And that's actually what happened. I used this entire mini and it was amazing, phenomenal. Like, you couldn't see it, you couldn't feel it, protected my skin, and it felt nourishing. I was thrilled. So I got the full size, and then I think like the second time I used it, my skin was burning and it turned red, and I started having like neck like hives, and unfortunately that is something that happens to me sometimes, just with reactions. And so now my boyfriend uses it, and I have a different one for myself, but I highly recommend it if you don't have any sensitivities. The Biossance Squalene Marine Algae Eye Cream. This was good. It wasn't great. It was expensive, and it lasted me a super long time. I felt like it was never going to end at one point. I wouldn't rebuy it though. For brows, this is the Brow Bar little eyebrow powders. This came actually, oopsie. Okay. This came to me in like a beauty box. I had tried for like 1 month, and it came with like an assortment of beauty, makeup, and skincare. And this came in it, and I was excited because I thought it was cool and different. And I ended up loving the eyebrow gel and not so much the powders. The powders just weren't quite the right shades for me. In here they looked like they would, but they turned a little red in my brows, which I really don't care for, so get rid of that. Next is the Givenchy, the Tante Couture Everwear Concealer. This one was okay. It was just a color thing. It wasn't the best color for me. It was a little too yellow. And it was gifted to me from Sephora, so I didn't spend any money on it, but I wouldn't buy it personally. Okay, a few more lip things. Some ColourPop lip liquid lipsticks that are really old. Another concealer. This one is the Makeup Forever, the Ultra HD. I did like this one. I just found that it was a little too thick for my under eyes, so it would just not look really good like hours later, versus now with the Kosas one that I love so much, it brightens and it's so thin that it doesn't feel like I have a lot of product on. Oops. But I do love Makeup Forever as a brand, and their products are really high quality. That one just wasn't a good fit for me. Next I have the Becca, the Under Eye Corrector. I actually really did love this a lot, and there's a lot of product left, unfortunately, but this is one of those products that I've had for maybe like 3 years, and it had a 1.5-year expiration date, and so I just don't feel good about, you know, hygienically something that I'm dipping into with like my fingers every time. I just don't feel good about holding on to it, and I know that Becca is closing later this year, so part of me wants to get it. Another part of me thinks I should just find something else as a replacement, so we'll see. Next is the Super Goop. I don't know what it's called. It's essentially an eyeshadow with SPF. This is what it looks like. I mentioned this in my best and worst of makeup ever video. This was the worst cream eyeshadow I've ever tried. And I had said in that video, oh, I'm still holding on to it. I don't know why. And it kind of just struck me as like, oh, I should just get rid of it. So, okay, last few things in here. I have a little tiny lipstick again. This one is from YSL, Yves Saint Laurent. This is a lipstick. I actually really enjoyed this formula and color. It's just an old item, so goodbye. And then at the bottom here, one of my tried and true, the M Cosmetics in black eyeliner. It just ran out. And then the Flower Beauty. This is their liquid liner. This is old. I've had it from like 2 Black Fridays ago. And honestly, the formula is horrible. It's a shiny black. It's too rich, and the applicator gets kind of gunky, so. Okay, I think, oh, there's one thing down here. Oh, the Atelier Cologne Orange Sanguini little perfume. I liked it. I think I just got to a point where I was like, oh, I don't want to wear this anymore. But that is it. That's all the stuff in my box. Whew, it feels good to kind of just get that out of my collection so that I can make space for either things that I really love, or just make more space, you know, to organize what I have and fill it up. So anyway, that was fun for me. I hope that was fun for you to just see my garbage. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I would love to hear if you have anything on your mind that you'd love to see from me, any video ideas. I think posting videos every Sunday is going to be a really good routine for me, and I hope that works for you too. I just feel like now with my current schedule, I'll have a lot of free time on the weekend, so Sunday's going to probably be the best day for me to, you know, just relax and do whatever I want. So anyways, thanks again guys, and I will see you soon. Bye.